Hi students, welcome to the presentation on basics of power systems. In the last video lecture, we discussed about layout and operation of hydropower stations. If you have any doubts, please make free to contact with me on WhatsApp or email. Now today in this video lecture, we will discuss about on thermal power stations. Here in this presentation, we will discuss on the layout of thermal power plant, what are the basic components in the thermal power plant and their function. Uh, After then, entire working of this thermal power plant. Finally, we end this lecture by discussing on advantages and disadvantages of thermal power plant. Now, this is about the layout of the thermal power plant. So, already we discussed uh, definition of the power plant, the plant where the electricity is generated. If the plant, if the electricity is generated by means of thermal energy, then you called it as a thermal power plant. So here, by the name itself, here heat is developed. In order to develop the heat, fuel is required. Here the fuel for this power plant is coal. So that's why here sometimes you call it the coal thermal power plant. By means of this coal, like similar to the coal, is there any fuel, fossil fuels, then we can call that power plant as a based upon that fossil fuel name, we can name it. Suppose the same fossil fuel, another fossil fuel is, it is diesel. If it is a diesel you are using, then you call it as a diesel thermal power plant. Suppose if the heat is generated by means of gas, then you call it as a gas thermal power plant, like that. So here, coming to the thermal power plants, almost two-thirds of electricity requirement of the world is fulfilled by thermal power plants or thermal power stations. In these power stations, steam is produced by burning some fossil fuels. By burning some fossil fuels, example here it is coal, and then they used to run for as used to run a steam turbine. Thus, a thermal power station may sometimes called it as a steam power station. After the steam passes through the turbine, it is condensed in the condenser and again fed back to the boiler to become steam. In this video lecture, I explain about the how electricity is generated in thermal power plants. Meanwhile, I will discuss about the what are the basic components used in the thermal power plants. Coming to the first point, coal. In a coal-based thermal power plant, coal is transported from coal mines to the generating stations. Generally, bituminous coal is used as a fuel. It is one type of the coal. The coal, first of all, it is cleaned in a magnetic cleaner to filter out if any iron particles are present, which may cause wear and tear in the equipment. The coal from live storage is first crushed in small particles and then taken into pulverization to make it in a powder form. Why means a fine powder coal undergoes complete combustion. So that's why they will make pulverization of the coal. And thus pulverized coal improves the efficiency of the boiler. The ash produced, the ash produced after the combustion of the coal is taken out of the boiler furnace and then properly disposed. Periodic removal of ash from the boiler furnace is necessary of the proper combustion. Okay, next, boiler. The mixture of pulverized coal and air is taken into the boiler, is taken into the boiler and then burned in the combustion zone. On ignition of the fuel, a large fireball, here it is a large fireball, is formed at the center of the boiler and a large amount of heat energy is radiated from it. The heat energy is utilized to convert the water into steam at high temperature and pressure. These steel bars run along the boiler in which the water is converted into steam. Here these pipes are there. These circulated pipes will show red in color. It means that the heat is transferred to this water, then it convert into a steam. Now coming to the flue gases. After burning of this coal, definitely flue gases will come. Here the flue gases, they didn't waste it. They can use it, that flue gases, for further process. How means the flue gases from the boiler make their way through the superheater, economizer, air preheater, and finally it gets exhausted to the atmosphere from the chimney, like this. This is a way from the boiler to this chimney. Here superheater. The superheater, it is not shown in the figure. Actually, the superheater tubes are hanged at the hottest part of the boiler. The saturated steam produced in the boiler tubes is superheated up to 540 degrees centigrades in the superheater. The superheated high pressure steam is then fed into the steam boiler. After then economizer. So what is the purpose of economizer means? Here the economizer is essentially a feed water heater which heats the water before supplying to the boiler. See, a cold water takes more time to convert into a steam. A hot water immediately convert into a steam. So that's why the flue gases which are released from the boiler is utilized for heating feed water. So that is the main purpose of economizer. Coming to the air preheater, the primary air fan takes air from the atmosphere, and then it is then warmed in the air preheater. The air preheated air is injected in with coal in the boiler. The advantages of preheating the air is that it improves the coal combustion. Okay, next, steam turbine. High pressure superheated steam is fed to the steam turbine, which causes the turbine blades to rotate. In the next slide, I will show the animation. Okay, energy in the steam is then converted into mechanical energy in the steam turbine, which acts as the prime mover for the alternator. The pressure and temperature of the steam falls to a lower value and it expands in volume as it passes through the turbine. The expanded low pressure steam is exhausted in the condenser. Okay, next, the condenser. The exhausted steam is condensed in the condenser by means of a cold water. Cold water, here it is circulated. Here the steam loses its pressure as well as the temperature, and it is converted back into water. Condensing is essentially because compressing a fluid which is in gaseous state requires a huge amount of energy with respect to the energy required in compressing liquid. Thus condensing will condenser is required. So this is a cooling tower. This again what I want to discuss here, it means the steam which is passed through the turbine, after then the same steam is taken, it makes cooling, and again it may convert into a water, again it is sent to the feed water pump. The same water particles again it sent to the boiler. So that's why they reutilize this steam. Okay, next, alternator. It is a common part in every power plant. Alternator is the main common part here. So steam turbine is coupled to an alternator. When the turbine rotates, the alternator energy, electrical energy is generated. This generated electrical energy is then stepped up with the help of a transformer and then transmitted wherever it is utilized. Feed water pump. Feed water pump, the condensed water which is again fed back to the boiler by means of a feed water pump. Some water may be lost during the cycle, which is suitably supplied from an external water source. This is an external water source. Okay, so this was the basic working principle of a thermal power station and its typical components. Now, coming to this, here in this slide, I am showing an animation picture, complete working of this thermal power plant. what happens in the internal boiler, internal boiler operation, it will show clearly. Here a large amount of heat is developed from the coal burning. So here this blue color arrow marks indicates a water. This water is converted into a vapor here. Now that is a heat exchanger is doing here. So that's why water easily converted into a vapor. That vapor, that steam you called, that steam is sent to the steam turbine like this. Here see this one. Here the steam turbine will take the steam as a input, and it will develop mechanical energy. That mechanical energy is make it as an input to this alternator. This is an alternator. So this alternator shaft is coupled to the steam turbine. So that's why if the steam turbine rotates, then the alternator also rotates. The steam coming from this steam turbine is again condensed. So this is a condenser. So why means again this water vapor particles is converted into a water. So and again it will fed back to the again boiler. Like this it is reutilized. Okay. Now, now it will show. See, this is a very clear picture of the entire power plant. Clear. So here several parts I mentioned: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like this. Initially, coal is pulverized at the D point. Is it right or not? And see this one, like this. Coal is coming here, and it enters into the hoppers. This we called it as a hoppers. Like this, so much of coal is passed through this one, and it is sent back to the boiler. See here, D is initially coal is pulverized. Pulverized means powdered coal is coming here, and it is burnt in the furnace. C, the heat energy released is used to heat water into super hot steam, which is then used to turn the turbine blades. So like this, here it will show. So this water is turned into a red color. Now it is converted into the steam. That steam is sent into the steam turbine. It will rotate the steam turbine blades. The shaft of this turbine is connected to the alternator. The alternator also rotates. So that's why electrical energy is generated from the alternator. The steam is then condensed. So after passing the steam through this turbine, now it is fed back to the condensing tower. So this is a cooling tower. You called it as a, this is a cooling tower. Generally you observed, okay, at final presentation slide, I will show practical view of this cooling tower. So here the steam is converted into a water. So again that water is reutilized in the for making the steam. So the chimney labeled here G is attached to this. Here this is a chimney. G is attached to the furnace, and then which releases the carbon dioxide, any flue gases. Okay, like this. And coming to the what is the final energy conversion process in this thermal power plant is here, this one. This chemical energy, see how this energy is converted. First coal is sent into the boiler. Is it right or not? So that's why coal, what is the mean with coal here? Chemical potential energy in the form of coal, that is which is present in the D, is first converted into heat energy in the step C. Here the furnace is there, furnace or boiler. Now after then heat energy is converted into kinetic energy or mechanical energy in step B. Is it right or not? So here the steam energy is converted into mechanical energy. That mechanical energy is again converted into the electrical energy by means of this generator. So that's why all of you know about one statement, the law of conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can be converted from one form to the another form, like this. This indicates. Clear? Next one, finally, we are going to discuss about the advantages of the thermal power plant. So here, when compared to the other hydropower station, the initial cost for this thermal power plant is very less when compared to the hydropower plant. It requires less space. Why means here there is no need of construction any dam like this. So that's why it requires less space as compared to the hydropower plant. And the fuel, that is coal here, so coal is cheaper, but when you go for a diesel or a gas, then the fuel is cost is high. Okay, but if you, it is coal, for a coal thermal power plant, the fuel is cheaper. And one more thing, the cost of generation is lesser than that of the diesel power plants. If you use diesel, then the cost of generation is higher. Okay, but here it is, the cost of generation is lesser. So these are the advantages of thermal power plant, and this picture will show, all of you know about VTPS, Vijayawada Thermal Power Station. Other name for this is the Narla Tatharao Thermal Power Station. This is a cooling tower. This is a cooling tower. Now here, sorry, this is a disadvantages. Okay, um, okay. Anyway, I will correct this one. Okay. So coming to the disadvantages of the thermal power plants, the major thing, the major disadvantage of this thermal power plant is uh, pollution. Okay, it will release flue gases, so that's why it will create pollution in the atmosphere due to the production of large amount of smoke. This is one of the causes of the global warming. And maintenance cost is more here. You have to bring the fuel to this power plant, so that's why transportation of fuel cost. After then ash coming from this one, that ash we have to handle, it is a separate unit. Okay, so that's why maintenance cost is more in this thermal power plant. And the main drawback of this thermal power plant, its overall efficiency of the thermal power plant is less, which is less than 30 percentage. So these are the disadvantages of this thermal power plant. Thank you.